My best tool in 2D animation is time. If you read that title and were confused why I would say that, then stick around. I'll tell you why I think time is the best animation tool you have on today's episode of the Expat Animator. Hey, it's Patrick. Welcome to my Expat Animator series, where I help beginners, hobbyists, and independent animators create 2D animations. If I asked you, what's your best tool in your 2D animation workflow? You might answer with your favorite software or your favorite tablet device. But after years of creating my own animated projects and client work, like animated commercials and movie titles, I can confidently say that time is my best tool. You need to give yourself enough time to work on a project. Sometimes there is a limited amount of time, and that will determine the length of the project, or the quality of the animation that you can produce. Other times you may have unlimited time to work on a project, but that can work against you as well. For instance, if you don't have a deadline, you can keep working on a project forever. You might keep making revisions, or keep changing your story mid-project, or you may constantly keep reworking shots to make them look better than before, and then your project never gets completed. Try not to fall into that trap. It's better to have a completed project that's not perfect than one that's perfect but you never get around to finishing it. Plus, there's no such thing as perfect, so don't try chasing it. I'm not saying don't try and make a good product, but perfectionists would probably have a hard time creating an animated project. When it comes to time, you need to determine upfront how much time you have to work on your project. If it's a client project, the client will tell you the deadline. And if it's a personal project, you'll have to determine that yourself. In my experience, however long you think it will take you to finish a project, it will take longer, maybe even double your original estimate. So try to keep to a schedule. Give yourself goals to hit and write them down on a calendar. Plan out the whole project from start to finish and put those goals on your calendar. If you don't do this from the start, you will find it very hard to keep on track to finish your project, especially the larger the project is. If you're just animating a short GIF and can complete it in a few hours, then you obviously don't need to do this. But if you're trying to animate anything over 10 seconds, I would take the time to figure this out. Remember, you will probably need to do things like writing a script, storyboards, rough animation, cleanups, coloring, voiceovers, sound effects, music, compositing, editing, revisions. The list goes on. Animation's not for lazy people. And if you are lazy, just stick to animated GIFs. Maybe animate a guy being lazy in a hammock. That's like the laziest animation anyone ever made. So what's my advice? Try to get more time for animating your project if you can. You will most likely need it. And if you're running out of time, then it's time to get creative. Start cutting things out. Maybe you don't add color. Maybe you don't lip sync. Maybe you don't do backgrounds. You get the idea. But complete the project. A completed project is better than 10 uncompleted ones. Time may or may not be on your side, so do your best to control it and make it work for you on your next project. If you found this useful, click the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. Click this video for more animation tips. Leave any questions you have in the comments below. Thanks for watching and keep on animating.